much did you guys have to deviate from the pitching plan tonight, or was there much of one, and it just kind of was adjust how as needed?
Well, we deviated in the fact that I didn't anticipate going to tuck in the third inning. I thought the game called for it. Obviously, the situation called for it, and just a do or die game. Ty lost his command there in the second inning, and after we had scrapped a run across the board, and we needed to go a different direction there. But really after that, it set up the way that we kind of drew it up, just in terms of going to Tucker, Chris still behind him, and then Broderick. Again, I didn't necessarily think 3 1/3, but the game called for that too. I mean, it was not holding anything back in that situation, and we brought him in mid-inning before, but he was great. I mean, I think that had been the longest outing of the year for him. He was nails, and the whole bullpen, obviously, no earned runs, 8 innings, so that's a difference maker for you.
Robbie Sid's going to be the one that's remembered, but for Case Sanderson tonight, just come up in big spots. How have you seen him grown over the last year?
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a gifted hitter. I think we've seen him kind of at the back half of this year. He's starting to turn the field a little bit more, where he's pulling the ball a little bit more and swinging a little bit more aggression, and he's going to become more of a run producer when he does that. And obviously, he came up in some huge spots tonight, and he took some really, really big swings.
With all the stakes of the tournament, just the new format, just what did it mean to go back out there after kind of getting lucky in the bottom of the ninth and be able to rally back and walk it off? What does just that mean after the game tonight?
Well, I mean, it's just that's what I told the team, and you've watched us play this year. We're far from perfect, but we don't back down from the fight. We get back into a corner, we tend to come out swinging. So there were a lot of moments in that game where it wasn't going our way. We just stayed in it, and that was kind of indicative there at the end, where it looked like we were getting ready to win. I mean, Brumball's ball, if it's another couple of feet to the left, it gets in the corner, and it's game over there. But it wasn't to be. But we said that's why you keep playing. You set up another inning. Broderick, did a nice job. I think he got to 3-1 on the leadoff hitter there. I mean, and Sanderson makes a great play at first base. I mean, that's a kind of a hidden big play in the game as well. So made enough winning plays there at the end after making it hard on ourselves early in the game with some silly stuff.
Coach, you talked a little bit about Robbie's offense, but he made a really nice play in the top half of the inning there. Can you talk a little bit about just what a luxury it is to have him out there in right field?
Yeah, he's a center fielder playing right field, and you're in a huge ballpark like this. I mean, it's a luxury to have him and Silva out there running balls down. I mean, they're two fastest guys on the team, and I think what you've started to learn about Robbie is he's a fearless player. He loves the moment. He wants to be there for the team, and he's going to go run through a wall to make a play. He's going to do whatever it takes, and that was a big play in right field.
What was the key for hanging in against their starter on the other side?
I thought we were ultra competitive against him. I thought our game plan, I thought we were able to execute it. We were really tough with 2 strikes, particularly the first time through the order. That made him throw a lot of pitches. We were able to crack, and we ended up getting 3. Had a chance to get more, but we got him in the bullpen probably earlier than they had wanted to, and that ended up being the difference in the game. But I thought our offensive approach against one of the best arms in the country was pretty darn good.
You're talking about being in a playoff mode for about a month now. What about crawling back from the slow start has maybe made this team a little bit different than teams you've coached in the past?
Well, it's just the urgency has been there, and look, when we lost McConaughey, human nature is just to kind of, you get down for a second, and we had to fight through some things, and obviously we lost Tucker as well, and the offense wasn't going at all early in the season, and for the last 30 or so games, I mean, I've seen a fight in this group. We fought to get here when it looked pretty bleak. I mean, 2-7 and 15-20 look pretty bleak, and there's not a whole lot of teams, in my estimation, that are going to stay in the fight the way that these guys have. And I think tonight was kind of a microcosm of what our season's been. Not perfect, not always aesthetically pleasing, but all I can ask as a coach is that these guys give everything they have, and they do. And so, win or lose, I can accept that.
Coach Riley Silva being inserted at the top of the lineup. It seems like once that happened, the team caught a spark. I mean, the team's played very well since he's been up there. Talk about his approach to the play. What is it about him that helps him end up on base all the time? It seems
He
like.
gets hit by a lot of pitches. That's a good start. He's on top of the plate, and he doesn't move out of the way. He doesn't strike out much, so he's constantly pressuring the defense. But he's obviously got plus speed. So we felt like between him and Robbie, they're pretty interchangeable. I mean, I could put Robbie in the leadoff spot, and he's done a great job. I moved Silva up there because he was swinging a bit better at the time. Those guys are table setters. They know their roles. He's hit there at the top of the order quite a bit. It just depends on what part of the season you're in and what the game calls for at times too. And we've kind of had a few different identities with this group. I mean, honestly, the injuries and illnesses to Stone and Gutenbeck have kind of forced our hand to play a little bit different than we were when we were kind of slugging a little bit more. So, again, a winning player, Riley Silva. He's a winning player.
Early impressions on the Oregon Challenge for Friday?
Well, I haven't dove into them too much, I'll be honest. But I know they're physical, athletic. We're going to face a really good arm. They won the league for a reason. It's going to be a tall task. But I guess the thing about this season, we've played a top 25 schedule up to this point, and we've seen, we kind of talked about that before tonight. I mean, we've seen a ton of unbelievable pitchers this year. A lot of really, really good teams. Nothing new, right? Oregon's going to provide an unbelievable challenge, obviously. But we'll come out and fight, and we'll do everything we can to win the game. I can assure you that.
How much of a confidence boost does it give you knowing you're able to get to Giroux a little bit tonight when you look ahead to Oregon? They have a couple tough lefties at the top of their rotation.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, we've going all the way back to the second game of the year with Vanderbilt. I mean, we're facing a lefty going 94, 96, and we were able to get him out of the game early, and you just take confidence from each one of those outings. We punched LSU, early in the season as well, and got up 5-0 on a guy that's had a pretty darn good season. We faced a lot of really good arms and done pretty well against them. So again, we'll put our best foot forward. I mean, it's going to, like I said, tall task, unbelievable arms that they have over there. Coach Waz has done an awesome job, and we're gonna have our hands full for sure. But our guys are not going to back down from the fight.
A little bit of a luxury to be able to rest some of your guys over the next couple of days, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the way it lined up, 50 from Timmerman, 41 from Drew, and 47 from Broderick. But they don't have to throw again until Friday, so they'll be ready.
Talk about the toughness a guy like Tucker showed. We know what he came back from earlier in the year. Probably wasn't expecting to get in as early as he was today, but he comes in and gives you a few scoreless innings.
Yeah, and he had a tough, outing last week against Purdue too, and didn't back down from the challenge tonight, and came in a situation where they were kind of rolling early in that game, and he was able to stabilize it for us. So Tucker's a tough kid. I mean, he's coming back from a broken eyeball and face and nose and everything else that he had. I mean, it was a pretty gruesome injury. A lot of guys would have missed the entire year, and he's still standing.
Do you have any outlook on Stone for this weekend, or are you still waiting to see him over there?
Stoney's he's feeling a lot better. I think we're going to get Boone back by the end of the week as well. So maybe a couple of guys that we haven't seen, they'll be more ready to go Friday than they were today for sure.
Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate it.